It's 2025.3.3. This one's gonna be a little different. There's a lot in here. Let's get right to it. But first, a reminder that at the end we'll be answering your questions. Have more? Throw them in the comments. Also, let us know if you like this or you just prefer to have the changes and nothing else. With that out of the way, first up, instance naming. VRC Plus subscribers can now name their instance from within VRChat. When creating an instance, you'll have an option to name it, changing what it appears to other users as. This could be useful for setting the tone, letting folks know what vibe you're going for. 2 quick notes about this. First, we're aware that this presents a moderation concern, so this also comes with a new way to report instances that are named inappropriately. Second, we know that this is something that you can do via the API from outside of VRChat. We're not taking that functionality away. This is just an easy way for folks to name their instance from within VRChat. Hey, the September content drop just dropped. This month, VRChat Plus subscribers get a cozy campfire. And what would a campfire be without some marshmallows? You get both. Now, the changing of the seasons can be a little cozier for you. Log into VRChat before October 31st to claim both of them. Next, it's not a new feature, but there is something new about it. Selfie Expression is no longer a VRC Plus feature. It's now out for all desktop users. With this patch, we've graduated Selfie Expression from VRChat Plus. This means that, as of right now, you no longer need VRChat Plus to use Selfie Expression. Selfie Expression can track a user's facial expressions, head, eye movement, arms, hands, and fingers, just by using your webcam. This system uses your camera along with your avatar's visemes, allowing it to work with nearly all avatars that are configured with eye look and visemes. Selfie Expression requires the use of a camera and can be enabled in the main menu settings under Tracking and IK. Click Enable Selfie Expression to turn it on. As a note, we, nor anyone else, will see your real face. All processing is done on your PC, although this can mean that this feature can be a little heavy for those with less powerful PCs. Make sure you look at the settings. That's it for features. Let's jump into changes and fixes. We added a way to filter avatar marketplace listings. You can filter using tags, including ones for performance and platform. You can also search for individual tags. Great for when you know what you're looking for, but you aren't quite sure what you're looking for. Badges are cool. We got a few changes for them. First, badges on your user profile now display the name of the badge preceding the description on the tooltip. Also, you'll see the date when you earned each badge, provided you're looking at your own profile. Camera stuff, we got a bunch of it. There's an exposure slider on the camera now. This allows you to adjust brightness. This will work in every camera mode. This means that you can even animate it with the camera dolly. A big one. We've added OSC endpoints for the camera. There are a lot of them. You should go check out the full patch notes to see all of them. This should allow folks to do all sorts of really cool things with the camera. Basically means folks can create some tools to control the camera from outside VRChat. World creators can now set some objects to automatically be held in your hand. While this is primarily an SDK update, we think that everyone should know that, provided world authors are kind to you, you won't have to death grip some game object while you're running around in VRChat. The See All button in the search results page has been renamed to View All to keep things more consistent. Its tooltip was updated to match. Users in Do Not Disturb, Red status, or Streamer mode will no longer receive group notifications. The Edit Profile button is now hidden when on the Inventory tab. We fixed profile URL validation. In other words, putting links in your profile should be a lot less stressful. The full notes have a little more detail on this one. If you're allowed to interact with another user's avatar, you will no longer see a yellow hand indicator in their nameplate. You'll now only see a crossed hand indicator if you can't interact with the user's avatar. We changed this to make it, well, make more sense alongside other things you see on the nameplate. But fret not. You should notice no difference when head patting your friends. The universal VRChat handshake, if you will. Added an option to clear your profile picture through your profile. Fix the audio from camera tooltip when using the camera and drone mode. Reordered some quick menu pages so that their transition animation matches the expected direction relative to their navigation buttons at the bottom of the menu. Gesture weight avatar parameters are now smoothed for remote players. Fixed a bug that caused players to move while interacting with the action menu on Quest, when only one controller is on and the one-handed movement setting is disabled. The favorite/unfavorite friend button found on user profiles now have tooltips and iconography that more accurately displays their current status. Selecting an item in your inventory now displays a 3D preview of it. Fixed forced near clip distance getting stuck enabled in some worlds. Finally, we got a bunch of tooltip and localization fixes and changes, but that's not all. As always, we leave a few things out of the video if they're a little more technical, but you can read everything in the full notes, as always, linked in the description. But wait, just like last time, we're asking some of your questions to our team. Here are the top questions from the last video and their answers. Subliminal VHS asks, could VRChat add the ability to show other people our VRChat menus so we can teach new players how to access items, adjust settings, enable features like avatar cloning, and understand what buttons to press more easily? That's a good idea. You technically can sort of do this when you're recording, but obviously that doesn't affect someone that's right in front of you. In general though, this highlights a big problem with VRChat right now, which is that, well, it's too complicated. Getting someone in an avatar, showing them where a setting is, and we have 6 billion of them, can be hard. It's something that we're looking at right now. We'd also like to just make everyone's first VRChat experience a little bit better. It's a bit of a rabbit hole though, so maybe we'll talk about this one more in the future. A___P asks, does the VRChat development team have any future plans to improve world discovery and world recommendations on the platform? The current system of just showing the most populated worlds could be improved to recommend more than just worlds that are already popular. Discovery certainly could be better. It can be difficult for world creators to get their creations in front of others, and the current system ends up leading to a lot of wonderful worlds not getting the attention they deserve. This is another rabbit hole though. There's a lot to talk about. In short, it's something we definitely want to improve on. We don't have anything coming in the short term, but we're trying to experiment a little bit internally to see if we can come up with something that serves world creators and users a bit better. BigGamer asks, when will the creator of a world be able to assign moderator roles to help manage it? For example, popular worlds like those made by Bia Kawaii BR could be managed and administered by trusted people she selects. We've seen this suggestion before. We've seen a bunch of different variants people have come up with. Maybe a world being assigned to a group, maybe certain roles being set when a world is uploaded, or maybe a more dynamic system in VRChat. We're thinking about it. We haven't made any decisions yet though. XBlood93 asks, when will the report system be updated? At its current state, a lot of things that people need to be reported for can't be properly reported for a lack of reporting options. We updated the report system pretty recently. Now generally, we keep it updated when we can. For example, we added a few options in this very patch. However, there's never going to be an option for everything, and in that case, it's okay to report something using the best option available. It will still get to the right place. Don't worry. The absolute best option, though, is to always use the reporting feature on the VRChat website. That way, you can be a little bit more descriptive, as well as including videos, text, or anything else that might clarify your report. Tiny6305 asks, can we please have a mutual friends update? That's a good idea. Stay tuned. Duststar Shine asks, are you planning on making a Quest avatar audio system in the same way that you did Quest constraints in Fizzbones? We've received a lot of requests for us to re-enable Quest avatar audio. This is a complicated one though, because even with the best system possible, it opens up a potential performance degradation on Quest. Something to keep in mind is that a lot of folks are still using a Quest 2. They aren't on the latest hardware. While we could segment things by mobile hardware, that would add a huge burden for every other system. Basically, this, and every other request for more fidelity on Quest, always comes at a cost of performance. As performance is our #1 concern on Quest, this makes adding additional things like this difficult. Even a small regression could mean folks end up bouncing away from VRChat because they didn't have a smooth experience. With that said, we're always testing and experimenting to see if changes like this could be possible. So, of course, this could change in the future. Reller82 asks, can we have an option to pick between VRCat and VRRat on our menu? What? Do you not love VRCat? What's wrong with you? But, neat idea. I'll bring it up with the team. Lemon Cupcake VR Infinity asks, when will we be able to make events inside the game? We've received a bunch of requests for this. One of the reasons why we deprioritize this sort of thing is that, honestly, typing in VR, well, it sucks. This means that most people don't do it and tend to go or want to go to their PC to do tests like this. With that said, we know that people want to, and it's definitely something that we're looking into. And hey, we're out of time. Did your question not get answered? That's okay. Shoot it down in the comments and we'll answer it next time. We generally try to answer the questions with the most likes, but sometimes we'll grab one that we've seen a few times, but maybe worded in slightly different ways. That's all for now. Don't forget to read the full patch notes in the description below. See you next time.